Hey there, so in this section of the video we will write a more advanced spider. So we will reuse our previous code that we wrote from the previous section, and the new spider will iterate over the container or quote containers and iterate over pages. So there are currently 10 or so different quotes per page and around 10 or so pages. So hopefully we will, at the end of this spider or this section, we will have around 100 or so different quotes scraped. From each and every quote we will scrape the text from it, the author, and finally the tags. So let's begin right away. So if we go to the terminal and go to our, let's maximize this, go and copy and paste the URL. So type in Scrapy shell and then in single or double quotes paste the URL. We get response status 200, which is successful, and we can pretty much start to write our selectors. So we can remove the selectors previously that we wrote, which is h1 tag and tags. So we can comment this out for a moment so it doesn't interfere. And let's begin straight away. So the first thing that I would do in this type of case is isolate quote containers. Quote container is going to represent pretty much, this will be first container, this will be the second one, and this will be, for example, third one, etc. So there are currently on the home page 10 different quotes containers. So to do that, like anything with the scraping of the data, you should right click, go to the inspect, and then as you can see, pretty much each and every div with the class of the value quote is the container. So as you can see, so here we have our 10 containers. So we will iterate over them. Now, how do we iterate over them? Well, we will just use a simple for loop in our spider code, and the expat selection to get to the first container is pretty simple. So what we need to do is pretty much write the selector or similar selector that we wrote previously. So we type in response.expat, and then in parentheses and in either single or double quotes, we will find every class instance that has the value of the quote, as you can see. So if we just type this in, we will get 10 different selectors, as you can see. So this pretty much selector corresponds to this one. So the first container, or in the site, this pretty much HTML node. So we are going to assign quotes to be equal to our previous statement. Let's copy this to our code right away. So copy and then paste it into your text editor. So quotes, and we will iterate it pretty much for quotes in quotes, and then we will pass this for now. Going back to our terminal, we will type in, let's type in quote, and the first quote is going to be quotes or from the quotes, and the first instance will be of course 0. So quote is going to be pretty much this first container from the site, and if we call in quote.extract, open and close parentheses and hit enter, you will see that this HTML corresponds pretty much to this one. So this is in the tree structure, so more readable, but that's pretty much the same really value really, or the content of the page. So that will be pretty much it for this video. In the very next one, we will finally write our 3 selectors. So we will select the text, the author, and finally the tags. So see you there.